Hello and welcome to Let's Play Legend of Grimrock. My name is Zemalf and I'll be your gameplay commentator through this old school dungeon crawling RPG. Legend of Grimrock draws inspiration from old classics like Dungeon Master and Eye of the Beholder. If you've been gaming as long as I have and you have played those games, you probably have fond memories of them, at least I do. I absolutely loved Dungeon Master and similar games back in the day. This game was released in 2012 and shame on me for waiting this long to play it, especially when in 2013 I asked you, my viewers and subscribers, what games I should play in the future, and this game received the second most votes after The Walking Dead. So with all that in mind, this is long due, but I'm very excited that finally the time is right and I can play this. Legend of Grimrock was developed by Finnish indie game studio Almost Human. So with that added to it, it's almost my national duty to let's play this. So without any further ado, let's start the game. I'll be playing on hard difficulty, the hardest the game has, and I won't be playing with the default party. I'll create my own group. I will have the auto mapping on, but I really like that this game has this kind of old school mode that turns off the auto map. But I think I'll have hard enough time getting through the game on hard difficulty and talking while at it without drawing the map to a paper right next to me. So let's go with that. The default party has two fighters in the front row, if you will, and then rogue and mage in the back row. I will have a Minotaur fighter in the front row. Oerful is a nice name. This Minotaur fighter has a lot of hit points, especially when I put some stats to him, and he can absorb the damage the enemies do to us from the front. But my other front row fighter will be a rogue, relying on evasion more than just getting hit and living through it. And in the back row I will have another rogue who will be shooting missile weapons, basically using a bow later on in the game. Let's put some names. Soblok is a nice name. And what about this lady? Aryul. Okay, that's fine. And then lastly, I will have one mage. So my group will be Minotaur fighter, two rogues and a mage. Let's put some stats to them. So for a Minotaur fighter, we of course want a whole lot of hit points. Not necessarily that much, but quite a lot. And we do want some accuracy, just because we want to hit enemies and not just take the hits. I think actually I will put points in. No, let's go for 20 vitality. A lot of hit points, so hopefully he will be the one who gets hit the most. And as far as his traits go, I will choose the Headhunter. That is the special ability of the Minotaurs. Hopefully I will be finding a whole lot of skulls to get a lot into the attack power. And then I think I will pick up +2 vitality, again, as to get as many hit points as possible. The Minotaur only gets one skill point to begin with. I will put that into the armors. I don't know yet what weapon I will be choosing, because I don't know what weapons I'll be finding, as this Let's Play is more or less blind. I have played through the first and second level when the game was released, but that was such a long time ago I don't remember much, but I did play through the first level to a test recording and all that. But after that I don't know what's going to happen, what weapons I will find, so I will decide those things later. Then my rogue will rely on evasion, so we will max out the dexterity, definitely, but we also want some willpower, as the special abilities of the rogue use energy, just like magic. So let's put points to that. And as far as traits go, we will be agile and evasive, again maximizing the dexterity and evasion. And this front row rogue will be the one who gets hit the most, unlike the rogue in the back row. So I will put the first points into dodge, again getting some early evasion, but later on also getting the light armor and more hit points and things like that. Later on I'll be putting points into daggers and assassination for this one, very likely. He will be using daggers, I know that already, not missile or throwing weapons. And then my back row rogue lady also needs dexterity for accuracy, but because she's a human, she doesn't get as many points as say Lizardman. We don't need any strength, we have plenty of carrying capacity already, but we do want some willpower to go with the dexterity, again to use the special abilities of the rogue. She will be using missile weapons as soon as we find one. I don't know when that will be. I'm pretty sure there is none in the first level, but we'll have to see after that. Same special traits, agile and evasive, getting dexterity bonus and also evasion bonus. So if things go rough, she can jump into the front row, possibly replacing whoever is taking the most hits, and she can still evade them, especially if I put some points in dodge later on. And then finally the mage. Of course we want to max out the willpower to get as much energy as possible, but we don't want to neglect other ones either, so some hit points that he doesn't die right away. We don't really need strength, for him it's only the carrying capacity, so I think I will put it in vitality. Yeah, I think if I put 1 point in dexterity, that will just be extra evasion, so yeah, let's just put it there. As far as traits go, we probably want more willpower and also more energy from the aura. And I will begin with fire magic, because I get a spell right away on level 2 for the fire magic, and I will put last point to spellcraft. The magic is based on runes. You can now figure out the spells, or you can find scrolls. I happen to know the first fire spell because that's very simple. It's the very first rune in the game, and that's it. So that's also one of the reasons why I want to use that, so I'll have some way to deal good damage early on. So there's my Minotaur fighter, ready to go, headhunter healthy, armors, whole lot of vitality, a lot of evasion on Soblok, the Lizardman rogue, Aryul, the archer in the back row, and then Pimon, the mage. Yes, that's my group. Mount Grimrock. A towering spire looms above the clouds, a weathered rock that has stood tall for ages, longer than the histories of men have been written. It is a desolate place now, only remembered when things need to be discarded and forgotten. An airship struggles to gain altitude as it floats toward the peak. Four prisoners bound by heavy chains emerge from the ship. The court accuses them of terrible treasonous deeds, but by the grace of the king their crimes shall be forgiven atop Mount Grimrock. Their final trial is at hand. Numerous prisoners have received their pardons here, yet none have returned to live their life in freedom. They are at the very top of the world, and below them only darkness and justice awaits. As they are plunged down to open maw at peak, their crimes are absolved. Everyone before them has perished in the guts of the mountain, but will I be able to lead them through the dark and to the freedom that awaits at the base of Mount Grimrock? I certainly hope so, and I will try my best. And here the game begins, so our goal is to get through all the dungeons to win our freedom. And here we are in our prisoner cell, and here's the group I created. I can open their character screens by clicking, or I can press number keys 1, 2, 3, 4, depending where they are on the group. I can move them around, and if you have played these kind of grid-based games, we are moving one square at a time, turning in 90-degree turns, and wherever the damage is coming from will hit my group and characters, depending where they are in this formation. I can change them into the back row, and if damage comes from the front, whoever is in the front row will get hit. Same thing if I get hit from the left side, the ones on the left side will get hit. Most of the time, of course, I try to keep the tanks in the front, if you will, and make sure they are hit. One thing you might notice here is that I don't have any gear. That's how this game begins. You are just thrown into this dungeon, and you need to collect everything from those who have perished before you. The game has a little tutorial here explaining how the thing works. Also explaining that only the front row can perform melee attacks unless there are some special weapons and abilities. And it also explains how the different portraits and item slots work. And the character screen, where I can level up my characters when they get enough experience. And the interaction through the dungeon will become quite clear as this Let's Play goes on. As I said, I played through this first level to test recording, and I have also played this when the game was released. First, I need to choose my fate. I need to perish in this cell or pick up the torch. So kind of the first puzzle, if you will, of the game, to open that one. And we can immediately see it's quite dark if I don't have a torch, so I will have one. And the game has some secrets, some which I know, and most which I don't. I happen to know the one here, in the first cell. We have a little secret button there, and now we get some early gear. Throwing weapon and boots for my rogue. In the lower levels, I will no longer know where the secrets are, but at this level I think I don't know if I found them all, but I did find a couple, and I think that's all we have here. I'm still going to keep an eye on the walls, just in case I missed something. Let's collect the torches as we go on. We'll be needing them at least on the lower levels. Pulling the chain opens the gate, and we can go forward. Looks like we have some gear here for our soldiers. And I think my Minotaur just found himself a mace. Maces are, I think, more powerful weapons, but because they are so heavy, the accuracy isn't that great. But for now, anything will do. I will choose what weapons I specialize in with the fighter later on. Continue collecting the torches and continue forward into the dungeon. I can hear some sounds behind the wall. I wonder what that will be. I guess this can be called the first real puzzle in the game. There's a pressure plate on the floor that opens the gate, but I cannot make it through the gate unless I do something. What will I do? How about we use this rock that's here? That's a classic in games like this, and they put the rock right there to make it as obvious as possible. I picked up a key, and what I tend to do in these games, I collect keys to a single character, so I can always open, in this case, her inventory, and I can see if I have a key or not. Just something so I don't have to go through all the inventories to check out if I have a key or not. Here early on, the locks I need the keys for are quite close to the where I find the keys, but I expect later on there will be much more complicated situations. I will pick up the rocks, as I can use them as throwing weapons until I find something better. Another lock, so we need to find another key. Loose rock. The game, just in case, gives me a hint in case I don't figure it out. This first level is more or less teaching me the mechanics of the game, and since I have played through this, it's quite simple. But on the second and deeper levels of the game, I no longer know how it all works. I can hear something moving. I think behind that wall. Oh, I think we just ran into our first enemy. Let's throw. Alright. How about that spell? That's the only spell I know in the game. And I don't even have a weapon yet for my rogue. So yeah, casting a spell, choosing empty hand of the mage, and then choosing rune or runes, and this one rune in the corner is the fire burst spell. Not that hard to figure out, even by just trying out without finding any scroll. But it does require that the mage has the second level on the fire magic to use. So it's not totally similar to Dungeon Master, for example, where you could through trial and error figure out the spells by yourself. Let's put the leather bands there. You can have those, and we found a weapon for our rogue as well, so that's awesome. As I'm going about, I'm keeping an eye on the walls. I want to make that a little habit, just in case there are those secret buttons as we go on. Throwing knife. Okay, I guess I'll be using that instead. Right. These early enemies are, especially these nails, are so slow that I can easily outmaneuver them by moving. And they don't necessarily get a hit on me. But I expect later on the game will get a whole lot more difficult. These Snail slices are food, which I require. All the attacks, movement, casting spells, shooting missiles, and so on require food that I need to keep a high enough level. I can't go too low, or I will start getting penalties. And this is one type of food I can get by slicing the snails. So we have 2 snails there. Will we have some more? We have another door requiring a key. I don't have a key. So I will have to find one. Some gear here. Loincloth. Willpower -1, attack power 1. Alright. Let's give it to Rogue. Well, actually, let's give it to you, lady. Don't want to give it to my mage, of course, to lose the willpower. Some sandals, a rock, and some food. Any secret buttons? Don't see any. I think the game introduces me to the new mechanics. So now I know about the loose rocks. I didn't find the key yet. I know about the loose rocks, so those are the type of secret doors I can expect to find. To close the pit, something needs to fly. And I accidentally pressed movement when I meant to press turn. You can't fly. What can? Oh, thanks, game. Oh, the game was kind to me. How about if I throw this rock? And instead of moving to the left, I actually do the 90-degree turn. Well, that was embarrassing. So yeah, pressure plate here and throwing the rock, I can close the trapdoor. Kind of a simple puzzles here early on in the game. Introducing the player on how the game works. And now I found the key. And what do we have here next? We have some sort of statue. Heal my sight. I wonder if I could put something in those eyes to open the door. I think I can hear some of those snails moving about. And this trapdoor here that I can open. And I automatically pick up whatever throwing weapons I threw at the enemy, but I guess they are kind of stuck into the body of the enemy until I do that. Ooh, scared me there. Scared me there, snail. And as I moved here and the snail came from the left, it actually attacked my my rogue from the side. I saw the snail step on this this pressure plate and it opened the gates, but let's see the other side first. Tattered cloak. Cloak gives evasion bonus, so I will give that to my evasive Evasive rogue. Loincloth. I guess my rogue could wear it for some additional attack power for now. And we found our first scroll, telling me the only spell I know in the game. Well, I figured that out on my own, but this scroll would have given it to me anyway. I don't need the scroll, all I need is the rune, and that is something I remember. Of course, it doesn't weigh that much, so just in case I need something for pressure plates or something, I will carry that with me. Quickly checking the walls here in case I missed the loose rock I could press, but I don't see any. Let's wait with that for just a little moment. Suspicious dead end. I can hear some strange sound emitting from the other side. Okay, so how does this work then? Something closed it. I see. So me stepping onto this one opens it, stepping into that one closes it. Right. So when I step into that one, it will close. Can I put something on it to open it? Yes, I can. I didn't know if I could put... Oh, here's the first thing we were looking for, I guess. And what does that do? Ah, right, that can't be there now. So I can open it, but this closes it. So I basically need to open it like this. Right. I guess I don't need that. I need that open, so let's go right there. Let's look at the auto map. And that was the first eye for the wall statue, I imagine. But we need something more. So the other way then. And what do we have here? I hear footsteps. I see some type of creature. And this will probably open the door. One thing about Legend of Grimrock is that you won't take damage if you bump into the walls by moving. In Dungeon Master, for example, you did. If you took side steps and bumped into the wall on the left, or ran into a wall or backed into a wall, you always took damage. This game is a little kinder. These guys probably hit like a truck, so let's stay away from their way. I think there was another one following this guy. I'm relying quite a bit on the damage from my 16 damage right away. Yeah. Relying quite a bit on my Mage to deal the damage. But this guy is slow and one at a time. It's quite easy. Quite easy to deal with. And keep hitting it from the sides or from the back. When there are multiple enemies, it is not as easy. Or it might even be... Okay, there's two more. That was a lot of damage. turn. The hits from the side and back seems to be doing more damage. And for example, the rogue has special abilities to backstab later on. Ooh. Misclicked there. Misclicked again. Yeah, it's slow when my mage gets low on energy, and I can see the torch flickering here already. So they do run out. There is a light spell in the game, I imagine, but I don't know what it is, and I don't know what requirements it has. So I'll be collecting the torches until I find out what the light spell is and what skills it requires. Right, I need to somehow get myself into that cell. And what would that be? A rare herb that grows in swamps and other moist areas. It is known for its potent healing properties, so a healing herb. Ah, well, that was simple enough. Ah, secrets. More of those healing herbs and a dagger for my rogue. 7 attack power plus 5 accuracy instead of attack power 5. Same, and it's even faster. Let's keep the knife to the other rogue for now. And what are those? A fairly common herb that flourishes in dark places. It is used to treat snake bites in a prepared form. I don't know if there is alchemy in the game, but I assume those can be used to heal poison, so I'll have to keep that in mind if and when I do get poisoned. I might actually be through with this level soon. Let's go take that other eye back. Oh, hello. Ooh, slightly more dangerous enemy, I see. Let's try to keep hitting it from the back or from the sides. Ooh. Not too hard. And what do we have here? A shield. Shield and a spear. The shield gives evasion. Alright, let's give that to my rogue. Legendary spear. Reach weapon. This weapon can be used from the back row, I imagine. So what I could do here now is, until I find a missile weapon, is keep my fighter in the back row and instead use my rogues in the front row with the knife and the dagger. This way my rogue doesn't need to be oh wait, I could actually do this, right? So I could keep him in the front row, and then if needed I could quickly swap them, and he could still use the weapon there. Yeah, I think that's a plan until I find a missile weapon. So that skeleton was here. That's where the sound was coming from, apparently. An iron door. And a scroll. Doors of iron. Great rewards can be found behind these doors. To gain access, look carefully for small details and use your wits. Small details. Like that one. Aha. Got it. A wand. A scroll. Spellcraft 1 I have. Energy +5. A beautifully crafted wooden wand that can be used to channel wizard's energy. This magical staff is a powerful weapon when wielded by a potent mage. Well, I don't really need to carry that scroll, at least. Describing what it does, or describing the door. Crystal of Life. Touch to regain health and restore life. Well, I am in full health, but this thing is found at the end of the level, yes. Scroll of Poison Cloud. Ah, right. Earth magic free. Right. Well, that is the first level. I might have missed a secret or something, I don't know, but I'll be heading into the level 2 when I return in the part 2. Let's use that one just because I can, and it apparently also automatically saves the game, which reminds me I didn't use the quick save once in the first level, so that was Iron Man level 1 in the Legend of Grimrock. I'll be sure to save in the upcoming levels, because I don't think they'll be as easy. I hope you enjoyed this first video. It was really an introduction to the game, introduction to this Let's Play, as this level is quite easy. On the second level, I don't, because it was, I didn't go into the second level when I was doing the test recording, and it's been such a long time that I don't really remember anything, so from here on out this Let's Play will be blind, and I'm sure it will be a whole lot harder. So join me on the second part as this playthrough continues, but now if you enjoyed this video, if you'll be enjoying this Let's Play with me, please do me the honor and hit the like button on this video and upcoming videos on this playthrough. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, put them in the comment section below. I read all the comments I get and answer to as many as I have time for. The interaction with all of you is very important part for me in this Let's Playing hobby, and I hope to keep that going with this playthrough as well. If you are new to my channel and this is the first video you are watching, do consider subscribing to my channel to get notified when I post new videos. And you can find all my Let's Plays and videos from my channel, from the videos tab, and all the playlists are there as well. With all that said, I thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the part 2. And yeah, until next time, take care, bye bye.